inner voice, internal dialogue, inner critic. There are so many different words explaining about the same thing. Now, what is this? All this is nothing but that noise that goes in our head. Now, I'll take an example. Have you tried doing a Facebook Live? Have you tried presenting in front of a camera? Have you tried presenting yourself in front of 1,000 people? Now, when you try doing something which you're not comfortable doing, that is when these things kick in. The questions like, am I good enough? Is your content okay? Is your posture okay? Am I able to express myself properly? So these are things that are happening in your head even when you're just standing still. And that's the inner dialogue, that's the inner voice. Now, what this inner voice does to all of us is just keeping us in that survival mode, just keeping us in that comfort mode, in that comfort zone. As long as you're in the comfort zone, you're okay. But then you will be okay living in that survival mode till you die. Now, this is where we need to understand what this inner voice is, what is my inner voice, so that I can grow into my greatness in this life. Now, let's understand what other effects this inner dialogue can have. Procrastination is one of the biggest examples of this inner voice. People just stop taking action because this inner voice is just saying that don't do it, it's not good enough, or you're not good enough, and so on and so forth. Now, after understanding like what it is and what effects it has on us, let's try and understand a few of the factors that will create this inner dialogue. Now, on a high level, I would classify these as internal factors and external factors. Now, internal factors, I will list a couple of them. Maybe it will be a good exercise for you to list what internal factors you have. What are the factors that is affecting you from being yourself? Now, internal factors. Internal factors like self-doubt, self-worth issues, and so on. Maybe you can make few other internal factors that you are aware of about yourself. Make this personal to you. Now, the other things like the external factors. Now, the external factors, there are so many it is different for different people. For me, if I have to highlight, probably family and friends. When I started on this property journey, there have been questions asked like, Ravi, are you okay? Do you have that kind of personality to do property investment? These are the kind of questions that would come. And also, do you have enough money to do the property investment? Again, these are the questions that people raise, but once people raise, it goes into your head. And it will start asking the same question internally that, am I okay to do this? And so on and so forth. Now, the other biggest factor, I would say, is TV. And especially, even in TV, news. Most of the news, like 80% of the news, all it is trying to do is induce fear in people. Negative news. A simple reason, because fear is one of the biggest things that attracts people and make them sit on the sofa, couches, and watch the TV. So, couple of them, but you can list your own external factors. Is it social media that is affecting you? Is it a particular person that is affecting you? Whatever it may be. Maybe it is a good idea to list those external factors. Now, after understanding, this is all an awareness exercise, guys, meaning just understanding what is actually affecting us, what is actually limiting us from achieving what we want to achieve. Now, after becoming aware of your internal and external factors, now let us see what these can affect, what are the things that we can do to overcome them. Now, one of the biggest things that I would say is once you know these external factors, you have control on most of the external factors, like TV, watching news, not needed. So try and avoid as many external factors as possible. That is one of the biggest game changers. Now, in IT industry, I've been in IT for a long time. In IT industry, we say garbage in, garbage out. If you're putting negative thoughts in, you're getting negative thoughts out. It is that simple. If you can replace that with a good audiobook or some good music, whatever you like. You're just replacing the content that is going into your head. And the other factor is being more aware of yourself with meditation. For example, I love meditation. And when I meditate, like for me, it is more of a spiritual journey. But you have to choose what works for you. There are so many different flavors of meditation. Try to find one and go on that self-awareness journey. That way, you will be aware, oh, okay, this voice is coming in. Nah, it's not truth, really. Pop the bubble. It's that simple. And the other biggest thing that you can do is negate the negation. Now, when I say negate the negation, what do I mean? When you have a negative internal dialogue coming your way that, for example, Ravi, you're not good enough to do a property investment, simply say that, no, I'm okay. I can do property investment. You're just changing the thought process. Now, there are so many things written about affirmations. Maybe again, this is something which you can choose, but all I would say is that don't create an affirmation in a negative word. For example, I do not want to be diabetic. No, change it. Say, I want to be healthy. Keep it positive. Probably that is one thing. And last but not the least, in my list at least, will be to feel gratitude. Have a feeling of gratitude. For example, when these issues of self-doubt, self-worth issues come in, am I good enough? Be thankful for the healthy life that you have. Be thankful for the life that you have. Because when we live, we have a choice to become limitless. We can convert into whatever we want. So, feeling gratitude can massively transform the game. So in this short video, what we have tried to explain is that what is the inner dialogue, what are the effects that it has on us and on our life, what are the factors that can impact the inner voice and inner dialogue, and if it is taking us in the negative direction, what can we do? What are the steps that we can do to overcome them?